Lake Village, California. I have escaped the desert heat for a few days. I'm super excited about that. I think it's 115 today where I live, and I am just so lucky and blessed that I totally got to leave that behind for a few days. And it was so fun because I went to Newport Beach. My 26-year-old son and his wife came for a visit, and they were with two of their friends. We went to the beach. We went on a Duffy boat last night, and today we had the most fun ever, you guys. We rode pedagos. So if you're ever in Newport Beach, I'm sure they have them all over the place, but pedagos are so cool. It's an electric bike, so you can pedal the bike or you can power the bike just using no energy at all, and you wear a helmet. You go 20-25 miles an hour. Thanks for the hearts. And it is the most fun thing. Oh, I see my cute husband just got on, and a minute ago he texted me that my lost camera was found in his van. I'm super excited about that, because when you're a blogger and you've lost your camera, that is just a real bummer. Anyway, my name's Andrea. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the hearts. And tell me where you're from, and tell me your first name, because I love to know who I'm chatting with and visiting with when I do the scopes. In a few minutes here, I'm going to be talking to you about how to improve your writing skills overnight, just with 4 simple and easy to implement strategies. So, by the way, speaking of kids who are 26, let me just tell you, they're on a road trip to Seattle from Texas. To be 26 and just drive from San Antonio to Seattle and stay one night in Seattle. It's hilarious, but it's a fun time, and we had a great time with them. Okay, I'm going to get down to business now. I know that of 4 strategies that you could start using today. Oh, hi, Jen from New Jersey. Great. I want to share with you 4 ways I'm positive that you can increase your writing skills overnight, and they're really simple ways. Now, I don't know if you're like me. I went to college to be trained as a writer. I was a public relations major. I took a lot of reporting classes, and honestly, what we learned back in those college days, it's like you almost need to throw it out the window. I hate to tell you that. Now, I love that I know my grammar and I don't make a lot of mistakes with grammar and punctuation, so that part is helpful. But when you were in high school, or at least when I was in high school and in college, we were told to write in really long, complex sentences with flowery, big words, and honestly, you really want to do the opposite these days. So my first tip to improving your writing overnight is to write conversationally. I want you to write just like you talk. And we don't talk in big, complex sentences, and we pause, and just every single time you put the pen to paper, I want you to think about, am I sounding like I would if I were talking? So, for instance, this I think is a great way to go about accomplishing this. You could, if you're writing about something that's very near and dear to your heart that you just know forwards and backwards, why don't you videotape yourself sharing it verbally, and then go back and sort of see the language that you use and write it from there. And that would help you understand how you talk and be able to get that down on pen and paper. So that is my first tip, because people want to know the real you. They want to do business with a person, not a business. And they don't want to be hearing from the online version of you. They just want the real you. So when you write in a conversational tone, that's what they're going to get, and they're going to respond to that. The second tip that I have for you is go shorter, okay? You need shorter sentences, shorter paragraphs, and shorter words. We don't need to use anything big. I would suggest having only 1 or 2 or 3 sentences per paragraph, and then breaking to a new paragraph. Because these days the reader really wants to skim and scan and get done. Big blocks of chunky copy intimidate today's reader. It's against the nature of the whole scanning that they want to do. So replace all your big fancy words with shorter words. If there's a short word that means the exact same thing as the long word, let's use the short word. And let's make sure our sentences are, cut those compound sentences in half and have 2 sentences. Cut the long paragraphs in half, have 2 or 3 paragraphs out of that one. This will take you a long way in keeping your readers engaged. And the third tip I have for you to improve your writing skills overnight is I want you to write with abandon and edit ruthlessly. So when you're writing, I don't want you to think about your grammar, your punctuation, your sentence structure. Just don't think about any of that. When you're writing, just go with the inspiration, what's ever on your mind and on your heart. Go with that and get it down on paper, because you can always come back. Now, what I do want you to do is edit it ruthlessly after you've written with abandon. So you want to come back and you want to get rid of everything that's not necessary, that really doesn't have to be there. So that is your third tip. Your fourth tip is eliminate distractions. I don't know if you've noticed, like I have recently, how many distractions there are in life. And now there's a new one called Periscope, which I love, but the little notification signal is going off constantly, and I've realized that when I'm writing, I'm not doing myself any good. I'm doing myself a disservice when I'm hearing notifications from email, text messages, phone, and apps. It just takes your concentration off of what you're doing. I think you're going to be a lot more effective writer if you turn everything off. Go in another room, get away from the devices, and just write distraction-free. It's amazing how much more efficient you'll be, how much quicker you will write, and the content will just flow better without the interruptions. Oh, Jen, I think it says, Jen says, me too. Yeah, so let's get rid of all the distractions. Okay, well, I am so grateful for all of you who were here tonight. I hope you enjoyed these 4 tips and that they will be helpful for you as a writer. Ooh, someone here, I can't read your name, says she writes at 5 a.m. There's no one around. That is a really good idea, and I do that sometimes too. It's just really quiet early in the morning. My brain is free and clear and open and not cluttered with the busyness of the day, so that's a great tip. By the way, I blog over at Tabler Party of 2. I can't remember if I told you all that at the very beginning, but my name's Andrea. I blog at tablerpartyof2.com. I share about, I write about recipes and blogging. Oh, thank you, Jen. I'm glad you like the tips. I share about recipes, blogging, faith stories. I'm a Christian. Empty nest adventures, and I love helping other bloggers and businesses to succeed. I love coaching them and giving them my best tips and helping them get right where they want to go as I'm going down the journey too. So thank you again, everybody. Check out Tabler Party of 2. If you thought that this little Periscope was helpful, I'd love it if you'd share it. Swipe to the right on an iPhone or swipe up on an Android and share. And I'll see you tomorrow with some more tips. Good night.